The night was ordinary until it wasn't. Inside O'Malley's bar, where neon signs hummed and the jukebox played songs no one really listened to, life moved in its usual messy rhythm: laughter, spilled beer, pool balls cracking against each other. Then, without warning, a biker twice the size of any man in the room leaned over the counter and ripped open the waitress's shirt. Gasps shot through the crowd. Chairs scraped against the floor. And in that one breathless instant, everyone braced for the worst. But when the fabric tore and the truth was laid bare, silence spread like wildfire. What he saw didn't just freeze the bar. It broke hearts, rewrote stories, and changed the lives of everyone who was there that night. Her name was Lily. To most customers, she was just the waitress. The girl with the kind smile who remembered orders better than the notepad she carried. But behind that smile lived exhaustion. She was 26, raising her little brother after their parents died in a car accident 3 years earlier. By day, she dropped him at school and cleaned houses. By night, she pulled double shifts at the bar, praying she'd have enough to cover his asthma medicine and the rent due in 5 days. Still, Lily never let the weight show. She had mastered the art of smiling while broken. Her coworkers admired her, but few knew the truth. Even fewer knew about the faint scar running across her chest, hidden carefully beneath her uniform. A reminder of the surgery that had saved her life but left her with constant shame. She hated it. She hid it. It was her secret. That night, the bar was alive with noise when the bikers rolled in. A gang of leather jackets, steel boots, and eyes that carried trouble. They weren't regulars. And everyone knew it the moment they slammed their helmets on the tables and ordered whiskey by the bottle. Lily had dealt with drunks before, loudmouths and hotheads, but something about the leader of the group made her uneasy. His name, shouted once by one of his men, was Cole. He was broad-shouldered, scarred, and had a gaze that followed her every step. As the night dragged on, Cole's jokes grew sharper, his stares longer, his comments more crude. Lily brushed them off with the same polite smile she used on every rude customer. But her hands trembled slightly as she carried trays back and forth. The regulars noticed. A few shifted uncomfortably, but none wanted to start trouble with a gang of bikers. Then it happened. As Lily leaned over to clear empty glasses, Cole shot out a hand, grabbed the edge of her shirt, and with one brutal motion, ripped it open. Time stopped. The bar went silent as if the world itself was holding its breath. Lily froze in horror, arms instinctively crossing her chest. Gasps echoed. Someone cursed under their breath. And then Cole himself froze. Because what was revealed was not what he, or anyone, expected. Beneath her torn shirt wasn't bare skin but the sight of medical scars, pale and jagged, running across her chest. A story written in flesh. A story of survival. The bar was frozen in that moment, not because of the violence, but because of the truth revealed. Lily's secret was now exposed. She stood trembling, humiliated, fighting back tears. But then something remarkable happened. Cole, the man who had ripped her shirt, staggered backward as if he'd been struck. His smirk vanished, replaced by something no one expected: shame. His eyes locked on those scars. And for the first time that night, the bar saw vulnerability in the face of the biker who had entered like a storm. You see, Cole carried his own scars. Years ago, his younger sister had died of cancer, leaving him broken and angry at the world. He drowned his grief in fights, whiskey, and reckless rides, never once facing the pain. But in Lily's scars he saw his sister's battle. He saw her bravery, her strength, her suffering. The memories rushed back. And the weight of his cruelty hit him like a hammer. The silence was unbearable until Lily's voice, soft but steady, broke it. "Do you feel strong now?" she whispered, tears slipping down her face. Her words cut deeper than any blade. Around them, the bar shifted. Regulars stood. Some stepping closer as if forming a shield around her. The bikers, once loud and fearless, suddenly looked uneasy, caught between loyalty and the uncomfortable truth that their leader had gone too far. Cole dropped his gaze. For the first time in years, he muttered an apology, not loud, not proud, but trembling. I'm sorry." Lily didn't answer. She didn't need to. Because in that moment, the bar spoke for her. A man named Jack, a retired firefighter who sat near the door every Friday, stepped forward. "You don't lay hands on her again. You hear me?" His voice was steel. Others chimed in, creating a chorus of support. Cole and his gang left that night, quieter than they came. The sound of their engines fading was like a sigh of relief for everyone inside. But the real story wasn't about Cole. It was about Lily. Because though she stood shaking, tears drying on her cheeks, she realized something she hadn't before: her scars didn't make her weak. They made her a survivor. They were not marks of shame but proof of battles won. Over the weeks that followed, Lily's story spread. The bar regulars treated her with a new kind of respect. Not pity, but admiration. She found her voice stronger when talking about her past, about her brother, about the struggles she carried. And for the first time, she stopped hiding beneath layers of fabric and fear. The bar that once froze in silence that night became a place where people shared stories, where scars, visible or invisible, were seen not as flaws but as testaments of resilience. And so, the incident that began with cruelty ended with courage. The biker's shame sparked a change, not just in him but in everyone who witnessed it. Sometimes, life tears away the fabric we use to hide our pain. And when it does, the world gets to see the truth of who we are. Not broken, not weak, but survivors. Scars are not signs of defeat, they are marks of strength. That night in O'Malley's bar, a waitress's secret became her power. And everyone who sat in that silence walked away changed. Reminded that behind every smile, every stranger, every person we meet, there's a story worth respecting.